drought is over. Boston College pummels BU and are the Beanpot Champions.
You are Locked On Boston College, your daily podcast on the Boston College Eagles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Locked On Boston College. I'm your host, AJ Black of Eagle Insider, part of the 247 Network. I've been covering Boston College for over a decade. If you're looking for Boston College news, analysis, and details on your Eagles, you are in the right place. Locked On BC is a free daily Boston College podcast available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, this is our special second episode of the day. Been doing more and more of these, and I want to talk hockey. I love a good hockey episode, and you're going to get it today because Boston College are the Beanpot Champions. For the first time since 2016, Boston College finally lifts the trophy. They are the champions as they pummel Boston University at home. Now, this game at TD Garden, excuse me. Now, this game had all the special pieces to it. It was the 300th matchup of the Battle of Com Ave between BEC and BU, two rivals located by multiple stops on the B line. It was, they had Jerry York dropping the puck along with Jack Parker. Jack Parker wearing a black outfit and Jerry York wearing his BC gear. Love it. You got BU looking like they're going to a funeral, and you got Jerry York in his maroon and gold. It was a glorious piece. And the best part was that BC started off looking just like they did against UVM. They were sloppy. They let up an early goal very, very early in this game, and it did not look good. Because when you're playing sloppy, when you're better than BU, and they clearly, now that you've seen it, are a better team than BU is, that's the type of stuff that lets a worse team win a game. And I was very, very concerned with turnovers and dumb penalties that they were going to let that, the moment catch them. It's so easy when you're playing. The crowd was crazy. I love this part of the Beanpot. The student sections for BC and BU were electric, as they should every time, and they always are. Even when I was there, this is what it should be. That type of energy can lead sloppier teams to make more mistakes. So to see BC let up that early goal, you made a big gulp going, oh gosh, is BU going to take advantage of this momentum and this energy to win this game? But from the end of the first period on, BC basically ran that game. They score an early goal, a late goal in the first period. They hit a few more in the second, and then they were off to the races. Okay. Now, there were chances for BU to come back. Like Dean Letorneau had a really, really dumb roughing penalty in there. But Luka Cloutier, I said it in our preview, he needed a big game. He stopped 95% of the shots coming his way. I think he had 27 saves in this game. He looked every bit the best goalie out there. And that's the type of play that wins you hockey games. Now, James Hagens had multiple points. You had 6 players with points in this game. BC wins 6-2. And they actually get to return to Conti Forum with that pot. It's been years of Harvard and Northeastern and BU. No BC. This, you heard all the jokes. It's the BU Invitational or whatever. For BC to win it, for BC to go out there and score like they did, and to just really tear apart the BU Terriers, this is about as satisfying of a win as it gets. This is number 73rd. This is the 73rd Beanpot. It's Boston College's. And this is the start of hardware season, trophy season for BC, because now you're looking at Hockey East Championship. You're looking at the NCAA Championship. And you've got a team that got such a huge boost. When we're talking about how this team got better, you had, obviously, the story is always going to go to Dean Letorneau, who had his moment again, like a multiple point game for Letorneau again, in front of the home crowd again, and showing if there's a comeback player of the year and it's not Dean Letorneau, I don't know who it is, because this guy went from completely disregarded and washed off as a complete waste, like a bust, to such an invaluable member of this team. And he does it every single game with his play. Like, he's not perfect, obviously, and hopefully he stays because I want more of this. He looked great again last night. You know, and then you have players like James Higgins, Teddy Stiga, Will Conley, and Oscar Hemming, who continue to make the team better every time. Like James Hagen and Teddy Stiga, Higgins especially, has made play after play. Like, he has emerged into a star. Like, Higgins going into the season was good. Would I have called him a star though? I don't think I would have gone that far. But the way he plays, the way he has really kind of carried this offense at times with Letorneau has showed me that he has become that top level, forward that you need. Like, I'm not sure he's at the level of Ryan Leonard, but he's getting up there. Like, he's getting to be one of those guys that you're going to be talking about in the NHL in a couple of years. Like, he's really good. And that's the piece I want to get into before we head out is, and we'll get to that in just a moment. This is Maz's moving the game forward for those who show there's more to the score than what's on the screen. For BC, it has to be the play of James Hagen, who had multiple points, was the MVP of the Beanpot, and played exceptionally well. These reminded me of what it takes to raise the bar. It's that extra work off the ice, dialing in every detail, giving it that extra fire, the grit, and I never quit. We put the same passion into every model. Highlights make the real. What it took to get there makes it count. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you. The new year is here, and it's the perfect time to reset your routine and refresh your space. If you're spending more time at home, you might as well love how it looks and feels. That's why you should turn to Wayfair. It's a one-stop shop for getting your home back on track. From bedding and mattresses to storage solutions for every room, Wayfair makes it easy to start the year fresh. Wayfair has everything you need for a full home refresh all in one place. Whether you're updating your living room, organizing your space, or upgrading your home work from home setup, they have a huge selection that's easy on any budget. I picked up new bedding and pillows from Wayfair, and it completely changed how my bedroom feels. It's cleaner, calmer, and more put together. Get organized, refreshed, and back on track this year for far way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Tax season doesn't have to take over your life this year. TurboTax is making it easier than ever just to hand things off and move on with your day. With TurboTax full service, you can have your taxes done for you by a trusted local expert, starting to finish, without the stress or guesswork. Instead of spending hours trying to figure out forms, you can meet with a local TurboTax expert in person or connect online. They handle everything from W-2s to self-employed forms and work to get you every deduction. You can upload your documents, go about your day, and get updates right in the TurboTax app. It's a huge time saver and gives real peace of mind knowing an expert is handling it. For a local limited time, you can have your taxes done by a local TurboTax expert for just $150 all in. If a TurboTax expert didn't file for you last year, just file by February 28th. Take taxes off your plate and get back to your life. Visit turbotax.com/local to book your appointment today. Locked on Boston College, AJ Black here, and we're talking Beanpot. And now we have a team that feels like a team. This team is playing very well. We had that blip at UVM, but as I warned you, good teams have blips. And BC went from, oh my gosh, is this team falling apart from that game into that first part of that first period to, okay, we're back. Everything is back on track. You have the Beanpot. This is such a great feeling. I still want to shout out all the students who have never had a Beanpot Championship. This is 9 seasons. How many kids have gone through BC and never got this opportunity? It's such a cool moment. It's great for the athletics program. It's great for BC hockey, and BC has it. You have a good goalie. You have good talent. You added guys like Oscar Hemming, which is going to be such a critical piece. Like, you added a big man late in the season to your roster, and now you have a real good complement of offense here. Yeah, and obviously, all of this, the best part, you beat Boston University. Beating BU, nothing beats it. Beating, in the terms of college sports, there's lots of good things for BC to do. And some of them happen more than often. Others, we haven't seen BC beat Notre Dame in a while. Beating them would obviously be great. But beating BU and beating them twice in like 10 days is awesome. And to beat them for the Beanpot, which they consider theirs, is even better. So great win for the Eagles. Great win for BC hockey. Get excited. We're getting closer to Hockey East tournament time. they're improving their ranking, the NPI ranking for the tournament. They need to keep winning. Hopefully, this weekend they'll add another win. This is AJ Black. Follow me on Twitter at AJBlack247. Check me out on Instagram, on Facebook, and TikTok. Hopefully you like our extra little bonus episodes where I talk things that aren't just football, because I'm doing more of these. I'll be talking recruiting, basketball, baseball, and all sorts of good stuff. So make sure you check us out and hit that subscribe and like button. And we'll see you again soon for another episode of Locked On Boston College, your team every day.